Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on to the stream. We're here, twitch.tv/best team in slot. I'm Squid, joined now by Fem Bison. Welcome to the stage. We're here with Omega Strike number 001, run by Amplify, Amped Up Tournaments. If you want to get nitpicky, Fem, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to be playing in this tournament, so a bit of a hectic situation for me, but it's going to be pretty interesting. Also, looking at like the teams for this bracket, there's a couple is a bit of an understatement. Some of the teams in this bracket are pretty stacked, like Kitten Hunters, Finiige, Powerhouse Defenders, of course. Like those, there are some serious contenders. Also, the PP Legends. How can I forget them, right? But I think we'll have some interesting matches today. I think I'll just be here for round one, though, so I'll be saying bye shortly. But we'll be getting to our first match soon with Finiige against the Muppets.
Yeah, Finiige, I think probably the team that people are looking out for the most. Obviously, make mention of Kitten Hunters as well, kind of the Arigumi and Elo Heaven up on that side. But we do have 4 rounds of Swiss going to lead into a double elimination bracket just a little bit later, and we're going to be trying to track the action as we go along here. It's going to be best of ones all throughout up until we get to, I believe the winner's final is a best of 3, lower final, best of 3, and then grands will be best of 5 with game advantage to the team that placed higher, or excuse me, went through the winner's side of the bracket, I suppose you could say. As
yeah, the winner's
one still on the way now.
Yeah. And it looks like we're loading into the match now. The Muppets looking to all ban Era. Maybe that's a targeted ban at Lumos. Pretty interesting strategy choice. Gonna see their Ivy pick get banned out though. Chicken Chi. Unfortunately, I think they're unable to play their one trick if I'm not mistaken. Seeing from what I've seen them in like the ranked ladder and whatnot, so it might be an interesting match for the Muppets, fighting a bit of an uphill battle here, especially already when they're like playing into probably the top or second best seed for this tournament.
Yeah, I would care to say, especially playing into Soren as well. Not being able to play your main, it feels like it's going to be a little bit of a task. From my recollection, of course, Soren to me is kind of gained a little bit of mythical status as a goaltender. For my ability to view Soren, I don't think I've ever seen them play poorly in the net, so we'll see how things go here. I, of course, am assuming that it will be Soren in the net on the Kai draft here. Dathgrass on Rasmus as well, which I hold in very, very high regard. Yeah. Rasmus' potential is absolutely monumental at the top level of play. Did receive a little bit of a nerf in the last patch. We'll see how things go. We're underway here, game number 1 on a 10 city, and players getting their mileage out of the Colin emote very quickly. That's a nice KO, though, off the top. Paradise opens up the scoring sheet.
I mean, look, I think the call-in emote is going to define the meta at the top level of play shortly. I mean, we're going to see Gumi play today, and we really might get some, real call-inning going on out here. But it looks like the Muppets have the early lead, and they're pressuring, they're pressuring very well. Soren missing a save there, just a bit unfortunate. I mean, unexpected for Finiige to be the first team getting scored on that quickly, too. The Muppets definitely putting up a better fight than I personally expected.
And I was singing all the praises to Soren not so long ago, and of course they had a bit of a blunder there. I do believe they actually had the strike. There wasn't a dunk threat as far as I saw. I think it was just a simple blunder there. But people make mistakes, so I guess that's going to be a little bit no different. That was an interesting bounce off the bottom side there. I thought I was going to come directly back out, but you could see it fooled Tricky as well as myself. They're going to try to make a push forward here as well. The gravity well from Finny. What a save with the energy burst. Paradise off the top side. They can't convert that into a shield barrier the other way, but a quality defensive play no matter.
Absolutely. I mean, Finny gravity well so strong at the goal line. It's so hard to clear out of. So incredible save from Tricky there, using that burst to make sure they don't get scored on. But it's going to be a lot of pressure from Dathgrass and Lumos right here. Sorry, the game just froze on my end for a second. Astral Expanse goes out, but Soren gonna quickly find a KO with that Giga Blast, and Dathgrass just pendulum swings it right in over Chicken Chi and Tricky. 1-1 up on the scoreboard right now. Team's looking even.
We've seen a pretty standard combo upfield. Lumos and Dathgrass doing a fairly good job with their spacing, one sticking onto the top side, one sticking onto the bottom side. It's not generally something that you would expect to see teams play explicitly. Nice Cosmic Expanse there to keep that one away. Dathgrass can't get it with the Energy Burst either, so Tricky definitely putting up their best effort on the defensive side. They get that one away too. They're trying to find a little bit more though. Lumos is still pressuring this one. Goes in with the misdirection as well for a little bit of a stun on the enemy goalie. Dathgrass pendulum swing is there for the stun, and finally they'll pick it up. But still, it's been a valiant effort on the backside here from Tricky overall, as the Atlas did get a little bit of a buff in the last patch. But they just can't seem to keep the opposition away. Like I was saying, Dathgrass and Lumos as the forwards here, applying so much consistent pressure.
I mean, absolutely. These are two of the top players in the world we're talking about, so it's like no surprise, right? However, it is a surprise how well the Muppets are holding it down, especially Tricky. I mean, playing some incredible defense right now, as you said, with the Atlas. Surprised they have not been scored on yet, but I mean, props to them. Lumos there looking for a bit of a weird mix-up with dribbling with a projectile, but that gravity well looks like it's going to get it. Not quite. Great clear, and unfortunately, Daftgrass still right there. Just find the angle, tap it in off the top corner, 2-1. But the Muppets are putting up a good fight.
Mini gravity well, man. It's so tricky to try to defend against. Tricky has been doing it. I mean, you saw Chicken Chi getting involved with it just that last time as well. But you can see like how much pressure it puts on the opposition because you don't have to recast it, but you can, but you don't have to. And then that's kind of the mind game that you have to play when you're up against the Finiige, especially a quality Finiige forward. Obviously, still trying to find her way in the meta. She is brand new. But, oh, that's a nice little angle there. Chicken Chi finds a shield there on the other side. Daftgrass very low on stagger here. This could prove as an interesting mix-up. We'll see how things pan out. The double take has certainly been adding a little bit of damage onto the board as well. You can see Chicken Chi forced to back off there.
Paradise seemingly uninterested in positioning to kill Daftgrass. Daftgrass gets a couple of orbs. He's back to full health. The Cosmic Expanse from Tricky, though, good read on the future of that interaction, gets the clear. But Paradise is, sorry, not Paradise, Chicken Chi is going to go down to Lumos backwards Finiige primary. I mean, that thing does good damage, good knockback, and the flip is going to go out, and he's also going to score. Great stuff from Lumos there. Casually just popping off.
Capitalization on the KO as well. You know, something you gotta have if you're playing at the top level, and we see it there with no real issues. Soren's gonna pick up the MVP for this round. I won't say I'm incredibly surprised, but it did feel like it was a rather offensively focused round there for Finiige. But they will have the specialized training on Akai, which will certainly be nice for the Monumentalist on Atlas, though. Could give a lot more defensive potential for Tricky, obviously, with the Cosmic Expanse.
I do want to mention, actually, the Monumentalist pick from Atlas. Maybe this wasn't a conscious decision, but letting Finiige get Monumentalist is kind of a big problem. That much more space to have to clear out of the gravity well, definitely an issue. But Finiige also getting extra special, which is honestly probably better. It's going to be definitely very rough for the Muppets from here on. I mean, you saw what the gravity well was doing for Lumos at the first set. It's just going to be worse now.
Yeah, but that's a very good use of the Cosmic Expanse, though. You know, Tricky being able to stuff that gravity well. It might be coming up a little bit more frequently, which is definitely not great, but, you know, having a bigger area of effect could cause a lot of problems in terms of the KO game. You know, we've already seen the Muppets starting to lose out on that here and again, but, you know, with Finny being able to go with the double take and the gravity well simultaneously, it's going to pull a lot of energy from your side, or it's going to cause a lot of KOs. So never a good thing. But, yeah, still the advantage to Finiige, I think, no matter what way you slice it. It's a nice core flip there from Soren to get that one away. Have to do a little bit more work. Strike shot comes in. Lumos actually taking quite a bit of damage there, but they go back in on Chicken Chi. Again, the misdirection with the rebound is plenty of damage, and they'll be able to turn that one into a KO now. 3v2.
Soren scuffs his Giga Blast a little bit, unable to help his forwards capitalize it and loses the barrier. But it's looking okay for Finiige still, and just like that, Daftgrass finds the pocket right between Paradise and Tricky. I mean, a little bit evil for scoring right there, and the call-in emotes go out, of course. Daftgrass has been on top of the emote game this match, I think. I mean, watch Daftgrass real quick, right?
Yeah, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but I really think that that's the most important part of the game. You know, we need emotes. Emotes like cast spammed? I don't know. What would you even say? Emotes used, I guess, as a stat? That would actually be an interesting one. Maybe this should go like April Fools or something. You know, you get XP for using emotes. I don't know.
I think that would be an amazing April Fool's update. And Lumos throwing out the XCD. We got both of the best in slot emotes going out, while Soren is a bit on the back foot here, manages to find the clear, barrages it through Daftgrass hook, but I don't think it's going to matter. Lumos looking for a pass with the gravity well out. And Daftgrass gets the flip just in time. Tricky almost gets the expanse, but it's not quite enough. Bouncing off the top corner into his own goal. 2-0 up for Finiige on the set.
Timing just wasn't quite there for Tricky. I do like it, though. Honestly, that gravity well into the core flip might have been trying to bait out some abilities. Tricky did not quite fall for it. That may have been for a lack of reaction. They do pick up the KO, though. Lumos, the only one now left up on the side of Finiige in terms of forwards. Misdirection does not land. Pendulum Swing goes out on Soren. Chicken Chi can't put that shield barrier away. They will have core flip available, but still, Soren gets it out. Only pixels away from context with their only line of defense here on a 10 city, and they'll pick up on the other side. Daftgrass trying to go in alone. Lumos will get involved a little bit. Energy burst is there. There's no angle onto the opposing shield barrier, and it will continue. The barrage comes in clutch into the gravity well, into the whiplash. That's a true combo, that. Daftgrass picks up the last of the set.
I mean, what do you even do in that situation if you're tricky, right? You're not in range to clear with your abilities, and like clearing from Gravity Well is already like very hard for 90% of the cast. So I think that was just a bit unfortunate there for Tricky. But Finiige, true to their namesake, making excellent use of the characters, showing what is possible. And Daftgrass going to get stacks on stacks. I mean, absolutely massive. That's one of the best in slot. Rasmus training is going to give him that much more map presence when he already has so much with Hook, right? But just that extra speed going to allow him to get so much more play on the core there. Orb Dancer for Soren, also a huge deal. But Paradise has 3 sparks. This could be interesting. This could be a bit of a momentum slinger. And agility's up there with them, so that move speed is going to be hugely valuable right now.
Yeah, look at that. Paradise is just all over the map instantaneously here as we get started with set number 3. Could very well be the last one. Chicken Chi and Daftgrass having a little bit of an argument for one of the orbs down south there. But I don't know. There's a lot of question marks here. Paradise goes in with a classic Juliet combo, brings down the barrier. I feel like I kind of want to see them get a little bit more involved in the brawl, but at the same time, Juliet is so good at stuffing opposing defenses. So we'll see if they can put 2 and 2 together here and capitalize on the awakening advantage that it seems like Paradise now has. They also have the Vicious Van Braces, you know, getting a little bit of that lifesteal. So maybe even going up against the potential counter, I would say, of, you know, Finnie's double take, you know, with the damage buff that it provides from all sources of damage, I might add, which is kind of ridiculous. But that Gravity Well has just been so oppressive on the attacking end. We'll see if it will be a goal here for the side of Finiige. They can't quite make it happen. One energy burst on the defensive side, another one on the offensive side. Now it's only Paradise and Chicken Chi. They've lost their Atlas, and what a capitalization. Daftgrass immediately with a Death Touch read into goal number 1.
Absolutely incredible stuff from Finiige there, showing up at the end. Soren with the Giga Blast pass off the bottom corner to Daftgrass. Absolutely disgusting stuff. However, Paradise, I think, is making use of those awakenings definitely better than they were before. And you mentioned something about them wanting to get into this brawl, but Julie has a bit of a rough time on Autumn City as she you know, she's trying to chase targets on such an open map. It's definitely going to be a bit more difficult than usual, though. With the Spark of Agility, 3 spark stacks, she's going to have the speed to do a little bit more of that. And she's looking for it right now. The punches go out on Daftgrass. She's looking for the damage. Can't quite find it. Paradise finds the pass to Chicken Chi, though, and the offense is being pushed forward. But Lumos midfielding just too strong, and he holds it back. And Soren holding the line decently well. Giga Blast goes out, finds the clear. Daftgrass putting the pressure on Lumos, also waiting. Finds the corner of the barrier, and the flip is going to go out from him. But Chicken Chi manages to steal it. Soren with the barrage finds the clear, looking to just score this one and just put this game to sleep. But the Muppets are not having it.
Huge cosmic expansion. Monumental is coming in absolutely clutch there. You see, it was, I believe it was Soren who was forced to use the core flip not so long ago. It was a Death Touch that came out as well from Daftgrass. Put it on cooldown. We'll probably have it back here in just a moment, but we're still in OT. We talk about the spark scaling, and I've got to be honest, you know, you got to make it here to set 4. That's their only focus right about now, is just continue on forward. They do have a striker advantage in this particular situation. Only a couple of more seconds of that advantage. At that, the Giga Blast comes out. Gravity Well isn't enough to stop the opposing momentum down to the bottom corner. Pendulum Swing almost takes Chicken Chi out of the equation. Death Touch as well, and the Celestial Intervention is popped to try and make sure that they have all of their strikers on the field, and surely they need them. Core Flip is available on the back end here for Tricky, but can they continue to hold on to this defense?
Looks like they will. There's a bit of a midfield box going on right now, but Soren's going to find the KO with the Giga Blast, and now Finiige has the advantage to put this up 2-0 in set 3. And also almost put it away. Paradise looking a bit of a self-pass play, but not enough mix-up from there. Oh, and Daftgrass flip scores on Tricky. Not quite enough. The Astral Projection can't make it to stuff the core back. 2-0 up for Finiige, and it is match point as well.
It's ironic you say that. I think Tricky actually had the perfect read with the Astral Projection. I think it was actually the hitbox of the Astral Projection was just past the core by the time the flip was actually popped, which is unfortunate. So that core, completely intangible up until that point. Soren is still going to continue to play a phenomenal defense here. Worth saying, you know, again, in set 1, they picked up the MVP. It really felt like it was an offensive-oriented game for Finiige, and with good reason. I mean, Lumos and Daftgrass has been, they've both been just lethal upfield in terms of KOs, as well as, you know, just pressure in general. You know, being able to hold on to that midfield line. Talk about that grab well from Finnie. It has been relatively crucial, and there you go. Beautiful angle onto the bottom side, takes the shield barrier down, and now Soren's going all in with the core flip, and they'll stuff it through. Clean 3-0 in set 3, and a 3-0 to put away away the one game that they have in round 1 of Swiss. Beautiful performances overall.
Absolutely. I mean, I do want to note, Tricky here playing incredibly well for the situation they were put in. I mean, that is a rough place to be. It is hard to ask your forwards to gap, if you will, Daftgrass and Lumo. So, Tricky holding it down. I mean, look at the stats page. 82 saves, 137 redirects. They were playing out of their mind on the defense there. Great stuff from the Muppets. Great showing. And, of course, great showing from our number 1 or 2 seed, Finiige. Incredible game. And we'll be getting into round 2 shortly, but I think I will have to sign out now, actually. Or maybe I have a little time. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you might have some. How you?
No, actually, that was the last match. That was the last match of round 1. Yeah. So I will be signing out rather expeditiously. Good to see you all. Bye bye.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thanks for coming in. I won't hold you much longer, but it was nice to have you up in here in the booth, and I guess good luck in your games.
Of course. Thank you so much.
So I suppose that leaves us here alone. We'll be seeing if we can get into round 2 here before too long. Obviously, we will have the bracket stage coming up a little bit later, but it has been a unique casting situation here. But I think we're going to go ahead and throw it on over, if it's all right with my producer, obviously, who's kind of here alone sitting with me. Shouts to Saya on the back end for helping out. But I think we'll take a short break here while we get that round 2 match set up, just making sure everything is good to go. And I will at least fall silent for now to let the replays run out.